know what they say. Something's got to give. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see two teams, each riding a 3-game win streak, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Team set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He could throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Eason. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 85 yards. Looking to throw. Eason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
First carry now for David Montgomery. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Check 180. Check 55 to Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Eason. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Now Trubisky lost the football.
They can't stop the franchise.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. To throw on second down, Eason. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Looking to throw. Eason, and this is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Back to throw. Eason.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Looking to throw. Eason under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Eason. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike by 5, Mike 55, Mike by 5.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second down and inches. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
So this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Throwing on second down. Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Looking to throw. Eason looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Back to throw. Eason. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Slam route's effective.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Keep playing.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game. You know, and me and my crew, we got to see him. When they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, head coach Ron Rivera told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. At each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts that. The quick throw out line caught by Robinson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On 1st and 10, Eason. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The deception there pays off to perfection. 14 yards on the fake punt and a 1st down. On 1st down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go to Johnson again. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They're going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was going right back to Cooper Kupp, and that'll make it 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, Name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Let's get that ball.
On the draw, this is Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Trubisky to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles. The Rams, their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. On third down, Eason. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Eason. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and that will write a finish to this ball game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another